Good evening and welcome to 9 p.m. news on Ndizi TV Africa. That is Ndizi at 9. I am Jacinta Nyabeta, and of course it is the 25th day of November 2025, where of course a lot has been happening across the country, including the topmost story from Nyamira County, where Nyamira Governor Amos Nyaribo has been impeached from office after a day full of a lot of consultations and also voting that has been done in Nyamira County. Those and many other stories among the news tonight. Be sure to interact with us via our social media platforms at Ndizi TV Africa. Welcome and stay with us till the end. And welcome. Now we begin from Nyamira County, where Nyamira County Governor Amos Nyaribo has been impeached out of office, where 31 members of County Assembly present during the session, 23 voted in support of the motion, while 4 others had written to the Speaker requesting to participate in the vote. The motion was introduced by Bunyamatuta member of County Assembly Julius Matwere, was based on claims of abuse of office and a breach of legal procedures. Governor Nyaribo was specifically accused of running the county operations through unapproved bunge mashinani forums, which lacked legal recognition, amongst other accusations.
Is there any member who is committed elsewhere and wishes to vote? Thank you. Members, I now wish to announce the results as received. The votes cast 23. Yes votes that who voted for the yes 23. No votes 0. Abstain 0. Total number of valid votes cast 23. Members and the threshold of impeachment of the governor is 2/3. And this case, 2/3 of the total numbers of the County Assembly is 21.1, but there is no half a percent. As per the votes cast here, 23. Report on the removal of His Excellency Honorable Nyaribo, the Governor of Nyamira County, from office by way of impeachment has now carried the day. Honorable members, His Excellency Honorable Amos Nyaribo, the Governor of Nyamira County, now stands impeached.
And moving on, President William Ruto has emphasized on the urgent need for reforms in the United Nations Security Council to ensure better representation of the current global landscape rather than that of 1945. Speaking at the AU-EU summit in Luanda, Angola, President Ruto urged the international community to respect the dignity of young migrants, noting that many leave their countries in search of opportunities and not because they enjoy danger.
Continents are bound by geography and destiny. Europe faces a demographic winter. Africa is in the bloom of youth. Europe holds enormous capital, modern technology, and mature institutions. Africa, on the other hand, holds immense natural resources, relentless youth energy, and a large and growing market. Each has what the other needs. Together, we are not two continents facing each other. We are two halves of a single horizon. So let this summit in Luanda be remembered not for prevarication, but for decisions. First, let us show up multilateralism. We are entering an era where great powers are once again drawing lines across the world. But Africa and Europe both know the cost of division. We have no interest in returning to the zero-sum game of global rivalry. We must stand shoulder to shoulder for a rules-based international order that treats every nation with dignity. We must reform the United Nations Security Council to reflect the world as it is today, not as it was in 1945. We must reimagine migration as a bridge of dignity. Our youth are crossing deserts and seas not because they love danger, but because they seek opportunity. The challenge is not migration itself, it is despair. Let us create legal pathways for skilled and unskilled labor alike. Let us recognize qualifications across borders, establish circular migration frameworks, and protect the rights of migrants wherever they go. A nurse from Ghana working in London, a Kenyan software engineer in Lisbon. These are not stories of loss. They are threads of shared prosperity. Migration should not drain Africa's talent. It should.
And now switching gears to Migori County, the Migori Law Courts, in collaboration with the Judicial Service Commission, have conducted a public participation forum that across the South and Nyanza region in order to collect citizens' opinions on how to enhance the delivery of the judicial services. During the forum, residents raised major concerns, including limited funding, insufficient staffing, and urgent need to establish more courts in each sub-county. Lennox Odede with more details.
The Migori Law Courts Administration, in collaboration with the Judicial Service Commission, has conducted a public participation forum in the South Nyanza region covering Kisii, Homa Bay, Kilgoris and Nyamira. The forum, which was conducted at poster grounds in Migori, aimed at collecting public views on how to improve service delivery within the judiciary. Speaking during the exercise, Ann Adwera Onginjo, a High Court judge in Migori, urged the government to increase judicial funding and hire more judicial staff to help reduce the backlog of cases.
You must have heard how many cases that we have, and we are constraining. You know the extent to which Migori County is big. It has only one judge for the High Court and one judge for the Environment and Land Court. We have 8 magistrates who handle cases within this county. That is a drop in the ocean in consideration of the ever-growing population that we have and the many cases that are being registered every day. As you may have heard, High Court now has almost 1,000 cases that are pending. That is waiting for one judge in the High Court to handle. Same to the Environment and Land Court. And we cannot talk about the Magistrates Court. The Magistrates Court in Migori alone is supposed to have 6 magistrates. We have only 4. Out of those 4, one is small claims court.
She further appealed to the political leadership to support efforts to ensure that every sub-county has a court, which will significantly reduce the congestion in existing courts.
We are supposed to have court stations in all the sub-counties, at least 2 magistrates in all the sub-counties, but we just have Migori Court, we have Rongo and Kehanja, which has only 8 magistrates. So that is the reason why we are agitating for, or we are asking that we are given finances that is capable of helping us to discharge our responsibilities as a judiciary. Yeah, so that is what reason, and we are urging the politicians to support it because we don't work for ourselves. we are exercising authority that has been donated to us by the people of Kenya.
She clarified that seeking support from the political leaders will not compromise judicial independence, even in matters involving politicians.
When we tell them to provide funds, maybe from CDF, we are not telling them in my personal capacity, okay? I tell them because they are a representative of the people. Sawa sawa. And if you have a case with a member of parliament, I can assure you that I will look at the law and look at the evidence. Sawa sawa. Yeah, I'm trained to look at the law and look at the evidence and the circumstances of the case.
John Waweru, representing the Finance Department in the judiciary, stated that the judiciary requires an overall budget of 45 billion shillings, but currently receives only about 29 billions. He said the shortfall continues to affect service delivery and called on relevant stakeholders to consider providing full funding.
Our overall budget requirement is about 46 billion, and the indicative budget that we have gotten from Treasury at the moment is about 29 billion. Giving us a shortfall of 17 billion shillings, a 38% shortfall. And that will go a long way to affect all our services and planned service delivery mechanisms that we have laid ahead. So when we say we have a deficit, it comes to affect everything to do with administration of justice. We need to do infrastructure for courts. We need to enhance our ICT. We need to take care of our staffing and all the requirements that the court requires. And we need to take care of the population that comes to us for services. So that deficit of about 38% is way too high. And that is why we are robbing the parliament and other stakeholders who work in the provision of budgets to the institutions to consider or to look into it.
Lennox Odede reporting for Ndizi TV Africa from Migori County.
And the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Chief Executive Officer Marjan Hussein has affirmed that the commission is fully prepared for Thursday's by-elections, assuring Kenyans of a transparent, fair and credible process. While addressing a multi-agency security meeting in Bere North constituency, Marjan confirmed that all logistics and security plans have been completed and in place, ready for the by-elections.
What we want to assure the country is that we want to give them a credible election, and each and every agent, each and every stakeholder has a role to play, including even the youth, the other stakeholders, the observers. They have a responsibility. The youth are the ones who are also going to conduct the elections at the polling stations. They are the ones who are going to give, they identify people, they are going to give ballot papers. They have a stake. The observers are there to ensure that the process actually is credible. It's actually given credence. Police officers are going to be there to make sure that there is security. So there's nothing to worry about. Everything is going to be okay.
And the Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migoso Gamba has lauded the Technical University of Kenya for its historic contribution to Kenya's social and economic development. While making his speech at the university's main campus in Nairobi earlier today, Ogamba said the 14th graduation ceremony is a testament that the strength and resilience of higher education institutions in the country have shown so far.
I'm delighted to join you on this truly auspicious occasion of the 14th graduation ceremony of the Technical University of Kenya. This ceremony marks a pivotal moment in the academic calendar of this university, as well as in the lives of each of the graduating students. Graduation represents not just the culmination of years of hard work, dedication and sacrifice, but also the dawn of new opportunities and responsibility. For families and sponsors, this day is a cherished celebration to recognize and honor the immense commitment and self-denial of resources that they have invested to support these students in completing their university programs. Ladies and gentlemen, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every graduate present here today. Congratulations for making it this far. This achievement is concrete evidence of your perseverance, discipline, and relentless pursuit of knowledge. Instead, Chuk exemplifies how higher learning institutions can be dynamic partners in social and economic transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's well known that Chuk, like many public institutions, faces significant financial challenges. The Ministry of Education is proactively collaborating with the National Treasury to address issues arising from the recent international matters, including the return to work agreements signed with staff unions. Our ministry, together with the University Council, remains committed to fostering a stable and harmonious working environment to enable Chuk to continue delivering on its critical society.
And that story takes us on our first break here on Ndizi at 9. More to come for you. Don't go too far. We will be back shortly.